Who has a better stadium experience, Arrowhead or the Link?
I think that Arrowhead's a little safer.
That's fair.
There's nothing more different than the noise of the Link and the noise of Arrowhead.
If you're a football fan, you already know the New Heights podcast, hosted by the legendary Kelce brothers, is where NFL talk meets unfiltered fun. But nothing could have prepared listeners for what happened when Kevin Hart joined the show. What started as a heated Eagles versus Chiefs debate erupted into one of the wildest, most talked about podcast moments in recent memory. By the end, fans had new reasons to argue, laugh, and speculate, especially after Hart let slip the biggest secret of all, Travis Kelce's wedding date. This was more than just another sports episode. It was a cultural collision, a comedy showcase, and a reminder of why football rivalries matter. By the time the closing music rolled, the internet was ablaze. Here's how it all went down, and why this episode is still echoing across sports and pop culture. The timing was perfect. The NFL season had just kicked off, with the Eagles and Chiefs gearing up for a much-anticipated matchup. Fans were already buzzing, but when the Kelce brothers announced their special guests, Kevin Hart representing the Eagles and Rob Riggle for the Chiefs, the anticipation skyrocketed. Jason Kelce, Philly's favorite son, introduced Hart with the kind of pride only a fellow Philadelphian could muster. The resume spoke for itself, from the Community College of Philadelphia to starring roles in Hollywood blockbusters like Jumanji and Ride Along. Travis matched his brother's energy, welcoming Hart with the same enthusiasm he brings to the field. Hart didn't waste a beat. He greeted Chiefs superfan Rob Riggle with a signature Philly jab, laced with a few choice words that had everyone cracking up. The trash talk was immediate, authentic, and absolutely electric. This wasn't just pregame hype. This was a full-on fan-off, Philly style. If you've ever wondered what makes Philadelphia fans different, you got your answer within the first 5 minutes. Hart described the Eagles' fan base with the kind of raw honesty only a true insider can provide. Arrowhead's loud, sure, Hart conceded, referencing the Chiefs' legendary stadium. But Philly is personal. We don't just yell. We research. We know your numbers. We know your family problems. That's right, you don't have a dad. The line detonated across social media. Some called it savage, others said it crossed the line, but everyone agreed. Nobody roasts like Philly. Hart explained that for Eagles fans, the game is psychological warfare. They'll get inside your head, find your weakness, and exploit it with ruthless precision. The city's passion doesn't just lift the team, it terrifies the opposition. Riggle tried to push back, hyping up Chiefs' tailgates and Arrowhead's decibel-shattering noise. Hart wasn't having it. Tailgating in Kansas City? Please. In Philly, the tailgate is as intense as the game. We hold each other accountable. No one is safe, not even us. Jason Kelce, grinning ear to ear, backed Hart up. Travis, ever the competitor, fired back with stories from the Chiefs' Super Bowl runs. But Hart had an answer for everything, always bringing it back to Philly's edge. What made Hart's appearance so unforgettable wasn't just the jokes, it was the way he told them. Every story had a punchline, but also a little window into what makes Philly tick. He described watching the Eagles win the Super Bowl, the city erupting into a sea of green, the streets alive with joy. That energy, he said, is what drives everything he does, from stand-up comedy to blockbuster movies. Philly's different. We don't forget our victories, and we don't let go of our grudges either. Hart riffed on everything from Saquon Barkley's arrival in Philadelphia, he's a beast. Philly's going to run all over you, to his own height compared to the Kelce brothers. The jokes never stopped, but neither did the passion. He even touched on league-wide storylines, like the constant quarterback carousel and the pressure on star receivers. But every topic, every tangent, circled back to one point: Philly fans are in a league of their own. In the middle of the chaos, with everyone laughing and shouting, Hart slipped. He mentioned a date, September 27th, 2025, offhandedly, almost as a joke. But sharp-eared fans caught it immediately. Was that Travis Kelce's wedding day? The internet exploded. Reddit threads sprang up. X, formerly Twitter, couldn't stop speculating. Was it a joke? A prank? Or did Hart just reveal the NFL's next big off-field event? The Kelce brothers, caught in the moment, tried to brush it off, but the damage was done. Suddenly, the football rivalry had a new layer, a wedding date watched by millions. Clips from the episode spread across TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, each one adding fuel to the fire. Hearts, you don't have a dad, line became an instant meme. Fans debated where trash talk should draw the line. Was it too far? Or just another example of Philly's unapologetic spirit? The debate wasn't just about football anymore. It was about what it means to be a fan, the difference between rivalry and hate, and how comedy can both unite and divide. Hart, ever the professional, never backed down, never apologized, and never lost sight of the fun. Even non-sports fans tuned in, drawn by the spectacle. The episode became a snapshot of everything people love and love to argue about in American sports: passion, personality, and the power of a well-timed joke. As the episode wound down, the energy never faded. Jason Kelce thanked Hart for representing Philly so perfectly, ruthless, hilarious, and utterly unique. Travis taunted back, promising Arrowhead would be ready. Riggle, battered but unbowed, vowed the Chiefs would have the last laugh. But it was Hart who stole the show. His appearance revealed the deeper cultural differences between fan bases. Philly fans weaponized knowledge and pain, turning games into psychological battles. Chiefs fans, proud and loud, prefer unity and celebration. Both styles have their place, but on this day, Philly's edge cut deepest. The accidental wedding reveal only added to the legend. For weeks, speculation swirled. Would Travis address it? Would the wedding have its own NFL coverage? The Kelce brothers, never shy about sharing their lives, found themselves at the center of another media storm. If you're not already subscribed to New Heights, you're missing out. This wasn't just an episode, it was an event. The perfect mix of sports, comedy, and real talk. The kind of show that reminds you why you love the game, even if your team isn't playing. Will the Eagles and Chiefs meet again in the Super Bowl? Will Philly's psychological warfare win out over Kansas City's unity? And when Travis Kelce finally ties the knot, will Kevin Hart get an invite? Or will he be too busy roasting the best man? One thing's certain, football is more than a game. It's stories, rivalries, cities, and personalities colliding on and off the field. When you put the Kelce brothers, Kevin Hart, and Rob Riggle in one studio, you get magic. You get controversy. And you get a reminder that, in the world of sports, anything can happen. So next time you see that green and white or hear those Arrowhead drums, remember this moment. Remember the laughs, the insults, the accidental secrets, and the pure, unfiltered love of the game. And if you hear a Philly fan shout something a little too personal from the stands, just smile. That's not just trash talk. That's history. That's rivalry. That's football, Philly style.